I'll see you again in the dark side.
Hey guys, so we're back today. I don't even know what day it is anymore. But we went on a morning hunt and we didn't see any whitetail on that private property that we told you guys about on our last video. However, Mike had the brilliant idea to go into the check station and talk to them again, because I don't know if you guys remember how we were unsure about the block management. Well, he found out some news about it, so.
Yeah, so I went in there just to double check and get a definitive answer. I wanted a enough said, you know, remove the liability from us answer. And I talked to the guy and he said we have re-signed. Those are open areas. If anybody has a problem, tell them they can come talk to me, and he said he'd explain it to them. So that being said, we were like, all right, cool. And he asked what kind of tags I had left. I told him whitetail, and he said that he had just had a private property owner come in and say that he had a bunch of whitetail on his property eating his haystack that he wanted, you know, taken care of, so that, because it cost them a lot of money. So I called the private landowner up, and he was more than happy to have us come out. And so we figured, you know, it's midday, so we're like, you know, let's just at least check out the area so that we can get a good game plan for this evening.
Especially when he was telling us he was having like how much?
He said there was 200 deer coming in and eating off.
And you
haystack.
Could see it, because when you saw the haystack, it was getting demolished.
Yeah, it's pretty devastating when you have that many mouths eating off of it. So we took a drive up there, and there was actually about 6 or 8 deer standing at the haystack in the middle of the day, which is, you know, kind of odd. They're usually not up and about, but I mean, they're eating good stuff, so I can't blame them.
However, there was a truck on the road behind the haystack, and we thought it was the owner because he said he was going to be moving some hay around, but then we saw Hunter's Orange and we were like, oh crap, like it's another whatever. So we gave them some time, and then they started driving away, so we're like, okay, let's drive up now, because there was still one like standing up. And then they stop us and they're like, hey, we just shot that one, like if you guys want to shoot the one that was standing with it, go for it, like we'll wait to go in and get our deer. And it's like all of a sudden today the wind just picked up, and we were trying to hurry because they had just shot one. So unfortunately he wasn't able to film me shooting mine, but I did shoot the one that was left. It was crazy. I shot it in the leg the first time because like we said, it was really windy, and then I got a little bit closer because it just stood there. Like we figured it's probably that antlerless deer that they shot was actually a buck, and then mine was a doe. So we're thinking they were like twins or something, and it didn't want to leave it, and so it let us get really close, and then I shot it right through the arteries or whatever.
Yeah, it was just a hair back.
Yeah,
so.
and it laid down and it was out, and then Mike, you know, wanted to go up there and just finish it off, but it actually like got up and started running. You could see like the guts coming out of it. It would have died, but it got spooked.
Yeah, that was my fault. I should have just left it lay and let it die right then and there instead of pressuring it. But the guys that were also there kept telling us, go finish it, and normally we would. We don't want these animals to suffer. It
actually, in this case, would have been more harmful to the animal because it was suffering. Like it kept getting up and trying to run away every time somebody got close to it, when it would have probably died in less than 10 minutes, and now it's like suffering and we're trying to run around and get it. And these guys were like, I'll get it for you. I appreciate the help, but at the same time, this is part of a study, and the sample comes from the head, and the guy shot it right through the skull, and like brain matter came out and everything, and so it died. Like I'm grateful it didn't suffer anymore, but I'm just hoping that the sample is still good enough. So needless to say, he didn't get any footage, but we do have a picture and we'll insert it right now.
It was a pretty crazy experience, you know. I mean, it happened so quick, and we just didn't have time to get out and film. So.
But we're gonna go back there tonight. He wants to try to get one with his bow since the haystack is pretty close to the road, and the guy is letting us shoot from wherever. He doesn't care as long as you don't aim at his
irrigation system he's got going on.
And so he could care less. He just wants them gone. So he's gonna try to get it with his bow. I am the camera professional. Not really, but I at least
permanent camera woman now.
I at least get all his footage on camera, and mine somehow doesn't.
I get it all.
So we're gonna try to get his on camera to make up for it, but we just wanted to let you guys know what was going on. Hey guys, real quick, because I forgot to mention when we were just talking right now, that deer I shot, the whitetail, it was a doe this time. Don't worry, we checked. There were no balls, so that whitetail, that was a doe. Got my first whitetail and my first doe all in one shot, so pretty excited. So we walked up to find an elk rib cage and part of its hide. Man, I've never seen an elk hide up close, or an elk rib cage up close. The thing is huge. Jesus. Looks like it's been here for a while.
Its head broke its lower jaw. It was a cow.
Yeah. We're trying to sneak up on a fox to just get a look at it right now. I don't think we're gonna shoot it, but we'll see. It was a coyote, and it ran away. So, there's that. Okay, so we found some deer right on the edge of state land. See that fence is the border. They're bedded down and they're really far away. There he is. Got her. Good job, babe.
Yeah, no, I was coming down the hill and I was not maybe 20 yards back and they stood up. They finally noticed me and I was like, I just want to get to this post right here. It's an old fence post because I was like, I know I'm going to have a nice steady rest because it's still a 250-yard shot from here.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I got her in the crosshairs, pulled the trigger, click, light strike.
That happened to me
My firing
too.
pin was kind of frozen.
Yeah.
It's like crap, so I rack another one. And I just sit there calm as can be and just squeeze it off. And I mean, I had the buck's front shoulders were right at her hind quarters, so
that's funny. I was commenting on that, saying like that's probably what happened. And it's funny exactly what happened to us. I had to wait for a deer to move out of the way. You did. I had a light strike. You did. I wonder if that happens. The light strike happens to a lot of locals, or if that's just because our guns aren't used to it, or.
Well, I don't think we have ours. They probably make special oils.
Yeah, because we lubricated ours before we left.
Yeah,
for
but our oil might not be up to the temp or down to the temps that we get here.
Well, let's go find her. Let's go get her. Good job, babe. That was a light strike.
Yeah, you see it hit the primer, just not very hard.
Yeah.
Just barely tapped it.
All right, there she is. Oh, I'm walking through this craziness. So. Oh, she's a big one. He dropped her.
Right in the neck. I ended her quick. Happy about that.
Good, she didn't suffer at all.
Well, make sure. Titties, no balls.
Oh, she's peeing. Good job, babe. Yeah, that's a pretty good sized one.
Yeah, that's a big doe.
Like, put your gun there on her for comparison. Yeah, the length of your rifle.
Yeah, that's a big doe.
Yeah.
Good mature one. I'm happy about that.
Did you test her eyeball?
She gone.
Thank you, doe.
Little ears.
Yeah. Bushy little tail, sign of the white tail. Good job, babe. How do you feel?
Feel awesome. Our tags are filled. Just got to get her butchered up and in the pack.
And the funny thing is
is
we didn't even do this on that private property. This is on state land.
Yeah, private property's up the road.
Yeah, because what had happened was we were going to go to that private property, but then we didn't see anything over there. So we're like, hey, there's state land. Let's go check it out. We actually hiked like way in there. You guys saw footage of the deer, the elk carcass and everything. And we saw these deer on our way up, but they were on the border and we're like, we're going to spook them. So we walked all the way around and ended up right on the border of it, and that's how we got them. So
yeah, this is they were just in the I mean, that's private property on the other side of that fence there.
Yeah.
And so was that. So we were right in this little corner. I'm glad she just dropped and
we didn't have to chase her and she didn't suffer.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get to work.